I'm Steve Johnson, News Director for theDove TV. Check out our other videos and visit our website at thedove.us. Thanks. Good morning, it's the top of the hour. I'm Steve Johnson, and a reminder to get our iPhone, iPad, and Android app. Then you can watch the Dove News on demand on your mobile app and on the Dove Roku channel as well. In the news today, Orbital Science Corporation says it hopes to know soon what caused a liftoff explosion of its supply rocket Tuesday evening at its launch site in Virginia. A company official says things began to go wrong 10 to 12 seconds into the flight, and it was all over in just 20 seconds. What was left of the rocket came crashing down in a fiery blast that sent flaming debris flying over the beachside launch area in Wallops Island. An innkeeper 16 miles away witnessed that explosion. The supply capsule carrying 5,000 pounds of cargo to the International Space Station. Payload included supplies and scientific experiments. NASA says none of it was needed. Crucially, NASA says Orbital Sciences had insured the project valued at more than $200 million. NASA paying several space firms billions to make deliveries to the orbiting lab. President Obama says the United States can't be seen as shying away from the battle against Ebola. The president didn't directly criticize quarantine policies for returning healthcare workers implemented in New York and New Jersey, but he says the response to Ebola needs to be sensible and based on science, while supporting healthcare workers going overseas to fight the disease.
We don't want to discourage our healthcare workers from going to the front lines and dealing with this in an effective way. Our medical teams here are getting better and better prepared and trained for the possibility of an isolated Ebola case here in the United States. But in the meantime, we've got to make sure that we continue to provide the support of health workers who are going overseas to deal with the disease where it really has been raging.
The president says healthcare workers who go to Africa should be applauded, thanked, and supported. And he says a robust response in Africa will stop the spread of the disease in the U.S. Home prices in the nation grew more slowly in August with modest sales. It's a trend that could make more homes affordable for buyers in the months ahead. The Standard & Poor's Case-Shiller 20-City Home Price Index rose 5.6% in August from 12 months earlier. That's down from 6.7% in July. Home prices rising at double digits as recently as last fall. As far as some parts of the state are concerned, Scott Lewis with the Southern Oregon Multiple Listing Service says the picture is brighter than other areas of the nation.
Actually, the Southern Oregon market has been ahead as far as the number of sales and the rate of appreciation compared to the national levels. There have been a few isolated pockets nationwide that have done better, but we've been seeing a lot of activity and we've been ahead of the national numbers for quite a while.
Well, let's take a look now at what we can expect on the weather scene. And rain is planning on coming in later this week for Northern California and Wairika. Today, 65, slight chance of rain, rising to 71 before dipping down to only 51 for the high on Friday with rain coming in. As we move into the Klamath Basin, partly cloudy today, slight chance of rain, 62 the high, 67 tomorrow, only 47 on Friday. Rain also expected to move on in. Along the Oregon coast, a similar picture, but rain a little bit earlier. 63 today, 64 tomorrow with rain coming in, 58 expected on Friday. In the central Oregon area of Bend, 61 today and cloudy skies, mostly sunny tomorrow is 66, and then a 70% chance of rain on Friday with a high of only 49. And for southern Oregon, 70 degrees today, 72 tomorrow, but then possibly only 55 and an 80% chance of rain on Friday. That's your news and weather right here on the Dove.